everybody, it's Sue Bonzel. Today I'm interviewing Jeanne Kearns. She is with the American Heart Association, our local chapter here in Santa Rosa. Jeanne, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Sue. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, that, obviously everybody's, doing some new programs and changing a few things. And American Heart Association offers so many different things to so many different people. And so I wanted to kind of have you tell me a little bit about what you're doing now that we are in SIP and as that is changing and how our world has changed. And what is the American Heart Association doing right now?
Sure, I love that question. Thank you so much. I have spent nearly 20 years in nonprofit work, and never before have I been so grateful for the fact that in a circumstance like this, to be part of something that is doing so much great work directly related to the crisis that we're experiencing, not just here locally, obviously, but across the globe. When all of this hit or happened, the American Heart Association was very quick to recognize the connection between coronavirus and the patients who had any sort of heart disease. And in fact, we know that 40% of the people who are hospitalized with COVID-19 had some sort of cardiovascular or cerebrovascular disease. And so the American Heart Association responded to that by actually fast-tracking over $2.5 million worth of funding for grants for research projects, because not only do we know that there's a connection to heart disease for the patients who are more susceptible to coronavirus, but we also recognize that there are connections, if you're lucky enough to make it through having the virus, to lasting effects. And we were really keen to figure out what are those and what can we learn and understand and do to help our people among us who have heart disease and who are who are stricken with coronavirus.
And so American Heart Association, and they're doing kind of their own thing to provide information, right?
Yeah, so we recognized this need, quickly fast-tracked these grants. In fact, we received over 750 applications, and we were able to fund 10 amazing projects, several of which are actually based here in California and our research institutes here. And additionally, we were also able to accelerate antiviral drugs to combat coronavirus. We have partnerships with Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. And so we had some technologies that we were developing that we were able to quickly pivot and direct towards discovering a antiviral drug. So that's really exciting on the big level, right, in terms of what we're doing to respond. And then also we have amazing partnerships across the nation and here locally with all of our care providers, our hospitals and clinics. And so we were able to take a data system that we have in our hospitals called Get With The Guidelines. It helps our hospital partners be able to report up to the state and include in that questions related specifically to coronavirus. And then in addition, because we had that technology, we were able to create a standalone coronavirus database that is actually now across the nation at over 200 hospitals. I think there's over 1,100 individual patient accounts in there that allow us to gather really important information that we're going to need when we want to understand what is happening with coronavirus and how it affects those with cardiovascular diseases. So because we had those relationships with those healthcare providers and because we had the technology, by the second week in April, we were able to deploy that. So it's pretty fascinating and really exciting work at a high level in terms of responding to coronavirus. But then we also have stuff that we're doing locally too, Sue.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I love that stuff. What's going on?
Yeah, so, we recognize a number of issues, right, that came up in terms of folks being able to receive the care that they need in the immediate. So people who have blood pressure issues, hypertension, are not going into clinics to monitor. So we're deploying resources, cuffs, and all of the technology that people need to be able to monitor themselves in their homes. We know that hospitals had to really kind of reallocate their resources. And so, in the NICU and in the maternity wards, parents are getting sent home with their newborns without having any sort of CPR training. So we were able to quickly get out infant CPR kits into our hospital partners to make sure that parents are going. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old too. I cannot imagine leaving without that training. That was my number one fear. So that one is particularly resonates with me, that we're sending home families with the information that they need to take care of their new little ones. And then, any of these economic relief bills that you're seeing that are relieving our small businesses here, the AHA is at the federal level, at the state level. We're representing and advocating for those of us who are most vulnerable to make sure that they have the access to care that they need. We're working with partners to, get produce boxes out to seniors and adding third meals onto school meal programs. So a lot of stuff that really is an urgent need right now in the community, and the AHA is part of that.
It's so interesting because you wouldn't normally think American Heart Association would be doing those kinds of things. So that's really, really exciting. And it's one of the things that I just love so much about, our community in general. Everybody just kind of steps up, and everybody's helping everybody, and they see the need, and they go and they take action and move forward. And that's so amazing. We're so lucky that we have people like you working for organizations like American Heart Association doing these things for our community. Now,
well, thank you.
Now, one of my favorite events that you guys host every year is the Go Red for Women event. And unfortunately, we're not able to host that live. I understand you're postponing that, but you're doing something a little bit different. Tell me about that.
Oh, thanks. Great question. So we were planning on having our annual Go Red for Women Luncheon on May 8th. Obviously, that date has passed. But what we were able to do on May 8th instead was launch our campaign leading up to our virtual Go Red for Women Luncheon on May 29th, which is super exciting. I think we're all in this headspace of trying to find the silver linings in what in all these pivots, right? And for us, I think the thing that's so great is that because we're in this virtual format moving forward with this luncheon experience, that we're going to be able to bring in folks to participate in this event that we wouldn't normally get to have just because of the restrictions of travel and time and budget. For instance, our CEO Nancy Brown is going to be joining us, and we're going to have some recognizable folks who are advocates for the American Heart Association join us for this event, which is really exciting. And it's also an opportunity for a lot of our friends, partners, volunteers, supporters to introduce the movement to people that maybe they couldn't host at a table physically, right?
Right.
And so for those reasons, we're really excited. It's going to be a dynamic, fun, engaging, highly interactive experience. And so we're really proud of what we've put together. It strikes a nice balance of all the things local that we love, like Senator Mike McGuire.
Of course, you gotta love him.
Yeah, and all the energy he brings and his passion for all of our local nonprofits. And then, some of these more kind of high profile folks that are known on a national level to join us. And so I think, if people who are attending our event want to introduce, Aunt Sally in Minnesota to the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women movement, this is a great opportunity because I think it'll speak to all of our local supporters and people who are maybe not necessarily here. So I think that that's a real special opportunity that we don't normally have.
I think you're right. And I think that goes for a lot of people actually even in business who have kind of noticed, oh my gosh, I can go global. I can invite anyone to my online virtual event. And, like you said, let's look at it as positive as we can. I mean, what a blessing that we have that opportunity. And like you said, to bring in these guests that maybe you wouldn't be able to bring in the guests, and to expose a lot more people to the message and the education about heart health, and especially for women. So I'm so glad that you're getting to do that. And I'm excited about the event. I will be there. Can't wait.
Yay. Thank you so much. Well, we love having your support, and we really just cherish the opportunity to celebrate our survivors. They're amazing people with incredible stories. And we're grateful that the community is going to come together in this way. And we think that people are hungry for it. Everybody wants something to, we're looking for opportunities to connect and to be together and to have impact and to celebrate. And so that's what we're hoping to provide.
Absolutely. 100%. I agree. Now, where can we go online to get more information about your programs and about this event?
Sure. So you want to go to, it's kind of long, so Bay Go Red Luncheon, and it's North Bay Go Red Luncheon.heart.org.
Okay.
And then we also have a Facebook page, which might be the easiest way for many of you to find us. I know I'm a big Facebook fan, so you can find the American Heart Association North Bay page, and you can register for the Go Red for Women Luncheon on our events page. So
awesome. And that is free, is that correct? Is that a free event? Okay. Yes. I'm going to look forward to seeing you at the event.
Thanks so much, Sue. We really appreciate all your support.
Awesome. Of course. So great to see you, and I'll see you soon.